I said in the other replay commentary that I couldn't do another one, and I lied. I really wanted to do a replay commentary on both of these games, and now we're doing this one. If you're wondering why I'm whispering, it's because it is currently about 1 AM, just after doing the other replay commentary. And the reason I can't do it tomorrow is because by tomorrow the new patch will drop and all these replays will expire, because that's how Riot do things. And there's no way to go backwards and get it to work like that. I think some of the old third-party replay tools could do that, but those are no longer around ever since League came out with their own replay tool a few years back. So this game is a bit special. There's a bit of Ooga Boogering. Of course I can't shout it out. As you can see on the map, we're getting a bit of an invade here. As you're mostly getting caught, really holding on to his flash, using it at the last possible second to take as much damage as possible. But does manage to get an ignite out of Leona and a flash out of Leona as well, so that's kind of nice. As you can see, I'm fresh mid. I do start Doran's Blade, but I am not going AD. It's actually up in the air currently at this point in the game whether I'm AD or AP. You can still choose as I like. I'm coming with Nocturne to go ahead and check out the red buff, while also placing my first ward. I think you're supposed to put it there. You're looking for AP Thresh mid, you're not looking for top tier gameplay, are you? I hope you're not, because you'll be severely, severely disappointed. Anyway, this is a 50-minute game, so I'm going to try to speed through it as much as I can, and talk more about the viability of things like Thresh mid. Like I said in the other replay with the Jungle Thresh video, I was kind of able, by playing AP Thresh and just playing off stream a lot, helped me be a bit more aggressive. Like as soon as I got level 2, I went for the long range hook on this Veigar and did actually get a good trade out of him. He does get an electrocute back on me and his minions are firing on me, so it does even out a bit, especially because he's popped a potion. And I'm hoping to kind of equal that with some Doran Blade sustain, which isn't the best thing in the world, but it is definitely something, and I can always pop a potion if I feel threatened, and I believe I will at some point very soon. I believe if it was this game, if I'm remembering right, my CS sometimes leaves quite a lot to be desired, but overall be quite nice. I feel like I played far more aggressively and very differently to how I'll normally play, given that one, as you can see in the title, this is an AP Thresh game. And because he potted and leveled up, he's got so much health that there's no possible way I go in on that hook, by the way. It was just a nice little friendly hook. Now, here is something that's going to happen a lot. Fiddlesticks died to Mordekaiser, which can only spell good things. I'm going to give it to the scoreboard so we can see the skank in bot lane. So straight after pushing Veigar, I go straight down to bot lane and I just flash flay like, yo, what's up? Leona doesn't have flash, what's she going to do? I kind of excessively hooked the Varus. I didn't know we'd even have the chance to get 2 kills here. I should have probably been more ambitious. Saved the hook. Maybe it's because Varus didn't flash, but more reason to hold the hook, I guess. Oh no, he did flash. I'm stupid. Anyway, maybe that's why I hooked. Oh well, who cares? You've just watched it, you can understand it better than I can. It's 1 AM. Veigar's also missing, presuming he backed. So I kind of foolishly try to push the lane. It's going to take forever because it's a cannon wave and I'm fresh. So probably kind of stupid because he's definitely going to be here to take the wave. But it does buy me some time so he can't roam or something or push my turrets. Not that he was planning to do either. You can see Diana is going to top with Maud and Fiddlesticks runs to the alcove and just kind of dies again. And this is a common theme. You can see Fiddle do all sorts of weird things. Maybe he was having a bad day, maybe the ranks were a bit mismatched, which is it's fine. You know, you can have a bad day in League, you can be bad at League as well. It's completely fine. At the end of the day, the only thing we should really curse is matchmaking, Riot Games, and the Rise of the Sentinels event. So I went a bit strange, mostly because I couldn't decide on what to buy yet if I wanted to be AD or AP, but I go straight for a Merc Dreads, which is fairly sensible against Veigar, and also because, look at the enemy team, that's 4 magic damage champions, and even Varus doing a bit of magic damage. He puts me in a cage and kind of does nothing with it. I hit him with an electrocute and he just backs away. Kind of interesting. So because Veigar isn't really poking me and hasn't really tried, he's kind of keeping his distance since those first hooks at the beginning. So not many kind of trades are going on here, not much harass is going on here. He mostly has more range than I do. You can see that I'm tempted to go for a hook here, but he is level 6 and should I make a misstep, he will end me. That's what Veigar does. But yes, going for the early Merc Dreads will help a lot. I go very aggressive here and do something that I know I shouldn't do, which is box kind of outside of the combo. So I did QE and then put him in the box with me, and that it does get a flash. It's still worth it and it's still good, but I prefer getting the box damage, which can help me get a kill on him, and maybe getting a kill on him here would have helped me push and then go to bot lane and done maybe being a bit more adventurous rather than what actually happens here. I push the wave and I try to help out with top lane because there's all sorts going on with this Mordekaiser and the fiddle that just keeps dying. This time it's a Nocturne that dies. It didn't come up, but I remember what happens. So Nocturne ults in as Mordekaiser gets away. Mordekaiser had a full passive meter. I just tried to shield fiddle so he doesn't die. I also miss a hook on the Thresh. Like I said, I'm playing a bit more proactively than I usually would, which I thought was a really great experience and will shape up really well after I have my break from League of Legends, which I'm having right now, by the way. By the time you see this video, I'll be about a week into it. Also, this game should come out after the Jungle Thresh game, if I remember to do that. Hopefully I do. I kind of aggressively camp here, so we can get a kill on him, and I'm thinking, great, Fiddlestick's got a shutdown, brilliant. I kind of would have liked to kill myself, and in hindsight I definitely should have taken the kill myself if I could have. Because that would mean that Fiddle's bounty wouldn't reset for the travesties he is yet to commit. I go ahead, because I want to get back into the lane without being threatened by a cage. And just a full trade, I throw a lantern to no one. That's so I hopefully Veigar will just go, oh crap, and back away. And he does kind of work. Fake lanterns are a thing of beauty, and their viability obviously is kind of up in the air. In fact, in pro level, obviously they'd probably know where your jungler is roughly, so maybe it would work. Deception is a weird thing. But they're funny, and so long as they're funny down here, I'll continue having fun with them. I'm going to speed through up a bit, because a lot of this laning phase... Okay, never mind. We get a full Ooga Booga here, but he does pop barrier just to survive it, and Ooga Booga means the box combo that you just saw. Procs electrocute and everything. But I don't have any AP, the damage isn't that high. I don't have much offensive stats at all. I decided to get motorized because I thought I'd be more at Veigar's mercy. Possibly a mistake on my end. Now I get Lost Chapter and Mercury Treads. Mercury Treads very good because look at the travesties. 6-1 Mordekaiser at 11 minutes, hello? Oh man, I picked the wrong time to not be Thresh top, but maybe the perfect time to be destroying this Veigar, who's already used his flash as we know, and decided to get way too close to the tower, so I just say, okay, flash, take the kill. Now, a Rift Herald was placed top lane where Mordekaiser is, and they are absolutely destroying top lane, but at this point, Mordekaiser is so strong, and he can just put anyone in the Death Realm if they come in. You can attempt like a spell shield with Nocturne, but it's very risky. I push up the mid lane in hopes to get some plates, since bot lane is already pushed, and top lane is devastatingly deadly. Now we get surrounded here by Diana. We go ahead and get the kill on her because of the AP Thresh burst and Nocturne damage as well. And just about wound Veigar. Gonna get rid of the score. No, I'll leave it on. I was gonna get rid of it so we could see Veigar a bit better, but it's fine. Bot lane getting pushed in, top lane kind of vulnerable, dragons are up. It's a very difficult game so far. Even though we're doing pretty decently. So someone is in the Death Realm. Oh, I think it was Fiddle, and Fiddle was dead. We land a stun, we land a Seraphine, we land a lot of damage, and Seraphine takes the kill, which is a bit crappy because I believe she goes Moonstone, and it's not like she's going to translate very well into the game. It's great value, but it's not where we need the gold exactly. I'm not saying AP Thresh should take it, but at least Nocturne could take it, so we have a kind of funny moment, I remember this, where maybe you Nocturne mains can relate or something, where the enemy goes out of sight as soon as you press R, and then you didn't press the second R fast enough, and then, yeah, we're definitely down here, and funny things happen. He also flashed to try and get into vision. He didn't know either. Veigar complains about hitbox, so obviously my CL interp is optimal. I kind of fake lantern again. I'm not really sure why. I think it's because I didn't want them to 2v1 me and I'm alone. Yeah. So that kind of intimidation tactic. If they 2v1 me, maybe I could have Ooga Booga'd one of them and killed them, but I could also just as easily die. I think I was trying to defend the turret, but it was long gone. And I'm an idiot. Now, Mordekaiser is trying to get me in here. He gets me in the Death Realm, and I get brutalized. He's got Ryla, he's got Riftmaker, he's got Tabbies. I can't do anything. He's 115 CS, I've got 92. I'm kind of behind on that. And then he just Chad walks right down to mid and takes 2 turrets just like that because he is Chad Sigma male Mordekaiser. Fiddlesticks with his best efforts and most biggest brain play. I Englished there. Decides to ult in all three of them, getting as much value out of his ult as he can, and the Cogmore passive he doesn't actually have. He is 191, and now I do not mean to flame the Fiddlesticks. Obviously, it's okay to be bad, but you know, kind of like how I wouldn't flame the Nocturne. You know, bad plays are bad plays. They happened. They are objective. We can comment on them happening, and if it means poking a little fun here and there, I think that's okay. You guys do it to me all the time, okay? Alright. Leona goes on me here. I do have my Everfrost, so I actually got quite a nice combo, nice damage in my combo right now. I'm not wanting to spend it on the Leona though. I do Everfrost her, and okay, I do use it on the Leona, albeit a bit backwards. Things looking kind of risky. Nocturne goes in, trying to get some kills here. Ezreal is here, and Ezreal's playing well so far. And hopefully that holds up. Currently 17 minutes into the game. I'm going to speed through just a little bit. He goes into the Death Realm. We're hoping to get the kill on this Mordekaiser, and it looks like we will. Big value on his Qs and his passive though. Very deadly. He will go up there and get destroyed by a auto-targeted Ezreal E. Very nice. So we're waiting for Ezreal to kind of scale and snowball, and we're really, really playing on that. And hopefully the game doesn't last long enough for Veigar to scale to insane levels. Let's just say I know the future. Dragon coming up, I get in position. I try this twice actually. I do this hilarious thing where I try to box combo people that are not quite in range. I do get the Diana, but I'm not able to do enough damage to actually kill her, and therefore this dragon is still risky business. I do it again and I miss my play. In fact, that happened twice. It was very nice of Diana to E over the wall to me. I think it's her E now. When I had my box up, but unfortunately I missed my flay there twice because, it was kind of sad. Like I said, I'm just kind of going for things, and everything you learn that doesn't work, you know more for the next time, and you know more for the next time, and that's kind of how you get better at the game. Trial and error. At least it's one approach. If you calculate too many things, well, first of all, it's kind of hard. It's best to learn through trial and error, is what I'm getting at, before I say something completely profound and stupid. 99 CS at 20 minutes is not a good look for me. We go top to try and siege this tower real quick, but there are a lot of people coming, so we leave very quickly. There was a Mordekaiser around there, there was a Veigar up there, and we ping that they're coming, and indeed Mordekaiser does join the Vax on the fight, as you can see in the map. Diana does a funny flank, and I'm not even going to go back for that. She just kind of gets sent into the Shadow Realm here. I'm going to speed up a bit more. This is a very long game, and a lot of it is just kind of standing around in weird skirmishes that don't really go anywhere, and sometimes someone gets hooked and Ooga Boogaed. 319 on the score. You can see I've purchased even more magic resist because that is a big boy Mordekaiser and they have 4 magic damage champions. I really hoped more of us could have picked up some magic resist. Currently we got some on a Nocturne going for the Wit's End and the Merc Threads. We have, actually that's it. So kind of depressing. As the game goes on, Paris will get stronger and stronger, which will matter. Luckily for Thresh, I have souls. I will get armor automatically. But everyone else is not so fortunate, and eventually that Varus will scale. Not quite as much as that Veigar though. So you can see that Veigar missed his, Varus missed his ultimate, which is quite nice for us. I'm trying to get in range for a good hook on someone, looking for that Diana currently, because Dragon is coming up and Jungler Kill is very important. So much so that, as I said, I go for these now. I just flash hooked on something in case she would juke, I guess. I don't. It's kind of bad. We go for the recall, that's so we can stop Mord. Ezreal comes with me. And we do actually get a kill on him. We get him low enough so he can go in, despite the Death Realm win. He now has his Mother Mana and his Divine Sunderer. Very good. All we need is for Ezreal not to throw somehow. Again, I know the future. So, we get another kill. Phil 6 resets his bounty. Start trying to get some advantage, trying to push lanes, get CS, help Ezreal, peel Ezreal. Do everything I can. The really nice thing about AP Thresh is because you max Q second, like guaranteed, you get that cooldown really low. And the ability haste on these items, like Cosmic Drive, and Nice Harvester if you go for it, which is a really nice item as well. But if you spam abilities a lot, you will appreciate the last chapter. You can get insane levels of ability haste with very high damage abilities and just kick ass. Now Ezreal ends up in a death roll and just kind of stands there, I guess. Or he could stat stick. On the upside, we do get some nice combos on this Diana, bringing her very low. You can see the Everfrost being employed as well. And a nice little hook will finish her off there. Nocturne didn't believe, so Nocturne ulted. At least she was very, very afraid. I go straight for the Baron here. And we do have kind of low respawn timers, but I figured we could do it if we all came in. Nocturne did push an extra tower. We get a teleport from Fiddle. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. And this is going to be a very pivotal Baron for the team that gets it. And as you can see... Oh, we got it. Okay, good. Spoilers? Anyway, okay, yep. Okay, we got this one. Happy ending, happy ending. You could pause the video here and just end it and then never look again. Ezreal is fine, by the way, you can see on the map. But if we just pause the video, ended it here and said, oh, and they all lived happily ever after. 6-1, and Thresh 6-1, Nocturne 6-3, Ezreal 2-1, 15, Seraphine carry the game, and it's all happy. We even have a 2k gold advantage, as you can see in the top. Things are looking good for us despite the 11-5 Mordekaiser. We just bought Magic Resist and lived to tell the tale. Seraphine, whilst sweeping alone, gets caught and killed before we can do anything. And this is where the fairy tale ends. Looking for some picks, Varus just kind of walks up for a cheeky poke. I don't know why people are so obsessed with cheeky pokes, because it gets you killed. It's Ooga Boogad. So that was nice. Again, with the lower cooldowns, we have the Cosmic Drive done, and I believe I have Ultimate Hunter as well. You can get a lot of value out of spamming these hooks and ults. Pretty much get an Ooga Booga every minute at this point, and you can have even more with Night Harvester. Everfrost does do more damage though, both through having AP on it and having the active, but of course it doesn't have the Mythic Haste. I get a little too close to Maud, and I'm a little worried that I would get death roamed, and then when Fizz also went in and started dying, I was kind of like, please ult the Fiddle, and he did. Unfortunately, we just kind of walk in, get CC'd, and our Enchanter isn't there, so we're losing a lot of value, and we die, and that was bad. And that was bad of me as well. It was definitely a moment of autopilot. The next thing is that a lot of us just kind of walk in and die, kind of by obligation. Ezreal times are very nice E to get out of there, and it does look like Ezreal is the MVP of the game. And hopefully he remains that way. The good thing here happens where we get... For some reason, Mordekaiser thinks he is above dragons. Maybe the rework really got to him. And he just decides not to help out. And that leads Ezreal to take the dragon himself. It gets really, really risky. If Veigar just pressed Q on the dragon, he would have got it because of Ezreal's timing on his own Q. But in the end, we do get it. Mordekaiser was in this bush all along and kills everyone. He might have teleported. We have it on blue vision, so we don't know. Oh, no, he didn't. It's not on cooldown. But we got the dragon. And that delays their dragon soul, and that is really good. 2 dragons. 2 infernal dragons. Our damage is going to be amazing. The Ooga Boogas are going to be so amazing. We have our Liandry's and Mask on Fiddle, so at least he will burn people for high amounts of damage before he dies. And hopefully he buys Azonius. He has a stopwatch so far. And if we look, we can see Grievous Wounds on and Serralda's Grudge on our Ezreal. Things are going smoothly. He is going to snowball and be incredible, and hopefully the game ends within the next 5 minutes before Veigar can scale. Go ahead, get some souls from here, let's get some souls over here, and start getting more aggressive. I really need to speed this up, I don't have that much time before I fall asleep. Okay. Landing a lot of poke, I use a hook because the cooldown is actually hilariously low on this build, which is not something I'm used to, and maybe you support fresh players are more used to it. Okay, so a death roam is begun with me and Maud, and I'm trying to just hold him back, take as much pause as I can. I almost end up in a Veigar cage, but we don't have to worry about that because I'm dead anyway. Luckily, everyone is kind of away, and most of our team is able to survive here. Ezreal doesn't get caught in the box, and it tries to do some more damage than me and gets caught in the box at the last second, so our chances of pursuit go absolutely down the drain. Push a bit more, do a bit more damage, chase. Tower dive. A little bit crazy. Not quite enough damage output from the Nocturne on the Veigar, who does have Azonias and a Banshee's Veil. Luckily he had already popped it, but he Nocturne couldn't escape because he had just walked right into the cage and the tower. Maybe he expected more from Ezreal. And he's able to kite away just fine. Seraphine comes back, Thresh comes back, we get some peeling and some damage, of course. Killing the Diana again. Diana is now 2-9. Varus is 3-8. The enemy have their fair share of gold givers, let's call them. And I go ahead and try my hand at bursting Maud. It goes well because during the whole stunt duration of the Q, he cannot pop his W to block any of the burst. And that's enough to help us just take them down very nicely. And we think about Baron. Now here's a good thing, our jungle's coming up. There's a Veigar coming around, but surely we'll be able to outsmite him. Leona is here, she's put a ward down. Seraphine not quite able to sweep, she just puts a ward down as well. Nocturne is on his way. Getting big damage and DPS from Ezreal. And Ezreal does have to tank for us a bit. Luckily Nocturne can tank over. Tank over. I meant take over, but sure, that works too. Veigar's still around. Now here's the point where Ezreal, kind of in a bit of a panic, starts hard focusing that Veigar, sensing the danger, and indeed, we miss Smite on Baron. And are not able to get Baron. We do kill all of them, so the enemy do not confirm any benefits, except Varus and Maud so far. But that still sucks. That is advantage we could have had, and we do need to end the game very quickly before the enemy team scale out of control. With our victory, we decide to go for the dragon, which we do get. Fiddle was able to get it. I don't go into the death realm once again. I'm trying to just hold him off. I'm pinging his location to my team, do as much damage as I can, and then he's in the middle of us. The enemy Varus had no faith, I guess. And he is just kind of left for dead. And we even just go the extra mile to kill the Varus too, who just kind of stands there and gives up. 40 to 32. We have a only 400 gold lead now, as you can see on the top score. And we push with no minions with our Ezreal back here, because that's what we do now, I guess. Very split up so far. I'm looking at the blue buff, which is still up. I take it for that sweet ability haste. Get the crab as well. Neutral objective. And try to regroup with the team. Fiddle has died again. He's currently sitting at 17 deaths. Enemy team sieging mid again. Bit of a poke war. Even Mordekaiser trying his hand at some poke. Only hitting minions though. Miss a hook here. It was a bit of a... Okay, that hook was bad. Let's be honest. We're at 3 Infernal Drakes. So we do hella damage. All we need to do is get some good fights, group up, and win the game. Now Fiddle decides that farming the top lane with teleport was a very important decision. Mordekaiser still has stats from me from the Death Realm when he killed me, which is actually a considerable amount of AP and very scary. Now Fiddle decides to stay in top lane. the minions are cut off here, and 2 people go up for him, and poor Fiddle, he's not having a good day. He immediately gets stunned the moment he casts ultimate. Mordekaiser is away from danger, and the world is sad. The world is sad. I'm coming here to try and get the Mord. Maybe, hopefully do something, but he's also got in the Banshee's Veil, I believe. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. But as usual, we caught Varus again. I do a hook into Zonia's to try and survive a bit. Get away from the E and get away from Maud. Staying just in range to hopefully land another hook, chain it off of Seraphine's ultimate, and Ezreal is able to finish them off. We have all 4 enemies dead. We want to push. We want to end the game if we can, and I really wish we did. Fortunately, by the time we push the inhib, Varus has respawned. Maybe we could have yeeted it here. Maybe we could have just gone for it and just killed them again. And actually, you know what? We should have. Seeing this in hindsight, why didn't we push? The only enemies that respawned were very weak. Diana, Varus, Leona. 311, 311, 14. Very much behind. Not much they could have done to our Ezreal and all of us actually. So we do get Dragon Soul, which is definitely a very nice advantage to have. But compared to winning the game, I don't think it wins out. Still, this again causes Ezreal to do crazy amounts of damage. And he's going to continue doing crazy amounts of damage and then do a rather stupid, greedy E on the Veigar right into the enemy team. So everything he was just trying to help ends up caught. Now, I'm already dead. I'm not actually sure how I died. That's not important. And we all just kind of conveyor belt, and it did all kind of come down to Ezreal's decision to dive in. Admittedly, everyone else should have just left him. And then he's now looking at Baron. We should have just left Ezreal, but because everyone wanted to help, that caused Mordekaiser to come in, and everyone else pitched in, and then everyone died. And I wasn't there. I'm dead. We're into the defend top, and I was worried that the enemy would take Baron, but it looks like they decided not to. Which was nice and lucky, for now, but it wouldn't take them very long to just go, hey, Baron exists, and go for it. But blue buff is being taken by the big scary man, and I dare not fight that. Enemy team's pushing in on mid lane. We're at 40 minutes on the game clock, and things are getting very, very scary. Veigar is very strong. He has a death cap. He just needs to click you, man. Now, Fiddle, you might have seen the teleport animation. Fiddle initiated, which probably had the best of intent, but perhaps not the best of execution. And as you can see, Veigar just ends Seraphine right then and there. We had to really respect the Veigar, and Seraphine wasn't willing to do that. She has Zonius as well, so she just didn't get hit by the cage. She would have been able to survive anything. Getting a bit ambitious again, because we see the very vulnerable Varus ahead, but they're just heading towards Baron now, and we're kind of too slow. And there's too few of us to chase into Fog of War like that. I go have a look, and sure enough, Mordekaiser is right here. He puts me in the Death Realm. I Everfrost him, play him away, and walk away to the edge of the Death Realm, and he just kind of leaves. He's out of vision, and then he's just kind of staying around by Baron. Yeah, we get it. Try and quickly push it, and then run down the other way. It looks like Fiddle will be caught again. This will be Def 21. And definitely, we could have pressed far more advantages if they didn't have an 18 kill Mord. It was very, very frightening. Now, Varus, once again, with the cheeky poke, gets caught here. Unfortunately, even though unstoppable, Nocturne will still be stunned if he charges through the Veigar box, so a little bit of an oversight not seeing the box there. But at least he didn't get completely stopped in the box. With Varus down, we push in mid lane, but the enemy do have Baron, huge advantage. Our minions can barely survive purely against the minion fire. Inhib is desirable, but we can't quite get it. They have Baron buff, they're so strong. And at this point, we kind of are in a bit of a 4v5. Fiddle occasionally does something good, but kind of rare. He has 13 assists, don't ignore that. But he does have 21 deaths, and that Mord has caused us a lot of pain. And no doubt he contributed quite a lot to Veigar as well, who's now 15 kills. We kind of try a trap here, and we do get the Varus, and that's good. I throw a shield out to our carry over there, or our bruiser. Nocturne ends up in a death realm. I kill the Diana. I wronged these Zonias because I thought I was being ulted and got scared. And now we have this kind of standoff with two of us left on either team. I land a hook on Veigar, we do high amounts of damage, but he's a Zonius. I land turn Ezreal for a shield, and then we just kind of agree to back off. Very peaceful. While playing a little more dodgeball between Ezreal and Veigar. Ezreal reveals them, but I hook the wrong bush too early. And we're just left with this Elder Dragon that the enemy is going to want to take. I don't have a ward ready. So I lantern it, and then I go for the Krugs, while I wait for my next lantern. Now this is where Ezreal was visible in mid lane because he was farming. So I go ahead, check again. They're not on it. Okay. Mordekaiser's visible in mid. I'm going to go ahead and recall and get some stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to rush straight back to Elder Dragon in case the enemy jump on it. Now you may have noticed, Ezreal recalled quite a long time ago, but he's still here. He sold an item. He's missing an item slot. He was full build a long time ago. We'll head to Dragon because the enemy has indeed started it, and this is quite scary. Elder Dragon on a team that is already very strong. But Ezreal is really wondering what he should buy from the shops. Very much our carry. Not there. We don't go for the steal, unfortunately. We're way too late. And we don't want to fight, so we back away. But I'm a bit of an idiot, so I go for the Ooga Booga play on this Veigar, who is actually hella tanky. believe it or not, with the Zonias and Morello and stuff. Unfortunately, other people do come with me, and despite Seraphine's best efforts to flash away, she gets caught by Mordekaiser's click, and that means she is dead. She does survive for a little longer. Fiddlesticks, of course, goes in. Why wouldn't he? And Ezreal, still looking at what to buy from the shop. I believe he buys a Ravenous Hydra now. He's decided Omnivamp is the way. Before buying an Elixir as well, because he just has so much to spend as a 21 kill Ezreal. Now, after Fiddlesticks fights with the crows that weren't there, he does recall and help us out. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I was a fucking idiot to try and kill the Veigar there. I don't do nearly enough damage, because I went for Banshees and Nashers, sorry, Zonias and Nashers. No, what the heck, Zonias and Banshees, I end up dying. However, I don't do nearly enough damage, but I do have ability haste, so I can catch people. I was kind of hoping I'd get more damage from the team, and Ezreal goes way too close to them and ends up dying here. As you can see, it's really not going very well. I'm AP Thresh at this point, just hoping that I can burst someone maybe, but I even missed the hook on the Varus now, hitting a minion instead, and it's getting very upsetting. Enemy team ping Baron, it's not looking good. At this point, I want you to know that... Wait, no, nothing happened at this point. It was post-game chat. Enemy gets the Baron, we end up in the Death Realm, and we end up getting caught because of a very nice ambush by Mordekaiser, actually. I will give him that. We don't have that much vision. And 3 of us die again. Very clumsily, desperately moving towards Baron to do something, I guess. Ezreal catches Diana with the E. But the Baron minions are pushing in from multiple sides. Fiddlesticks tries to defend the Nexus. That was Death 24. And thankfully the final death, because this game will finally be ending at 51 minutes 1. Seraphine says top diff. We know. No one needs to know. You don't need to say it out loud. You know? It's just disrespectful. You could say that this commentary is kind of disrespectful, but... oh, yeah. I guess it is. To me as well. I played rather badly. I went from 1 death to 7 deaths with like 6-1 to 7-7. Not very good, but you can see the assists are there. I was playing kind of a supportive role with enough damage to pop Varus, but not enough damage to pop Veigar, who became a very high priority target. But then again, without the Banshees, I'd die to a sneeze. And the Zonias was kind of more for the active, as you can tell, to survive potential death realms, and it did come in handy. Perhaps it was the wrong idea. Maybe I should have gone for something more damaging, like Void Staff. Kind of hard to tell. I'm not too experienced at actually playing ranked games with AP Thresh, so I just decided, hey, let's give it a shot. And I think for the most part I did decently through early mid-game, but there's not much you can do. No, there was times that I mentioned in the game that I could have snowballed and done something better, but there were some things here just went right. They were just too hard to deal with at the time, like the Mordekaiser, and eventually late game Veigar. In any case, this was a very long game, and I do hope you enjoyed. Luckily, we've cut it down to 33 minutes in the replay, so that's good. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and my quiet voice. Because listening to the other one, it didn't sound that bad. Kind of at the start, it sounds a bit cringy, but I don't know, you guys will probably like it into ASMR or something, I don't know. It's not even very good quality. What am I talking about? In the video, please go to the outro.